Over the course of my sales journey, I have built a 7-figure remote sales business, and I've also helped dozens of women hit their first $10,000 in remote sales regardless of their prior sales experience. This is going to be a full entire masterclass broken down step by step on how you can become a remote high-ticket closer and make $10,000 a month strictly using nothing but your phone or your laptop, and you can do this anywhere in the world. We will be covering the fundamentals of remote sales, so what remote high ticket sales is, how you can land a client, how to close a deal, and how you can consistently make a minimum of $10,000 a month completely from your phone. And this is all the advice I wish I had when I was trying to leave my real estate corporate office job. So make sure to get a notebook out and take notes. So I first want to preface this with, why am I even doing this training? And the reason being is because I have been documenting my journey along the entire time of my career being a remote closer, just posting on Instagram, posting on social medias. And with that, I've gotten a ton of inquiries on what it is I do for a living. So I want to let you guys know I am not ignoring you guys deliberately. I just thought it would be better to have a training put together so I could answer all the hundreds of DMs that I get at one time. Now, obviously, I'm not just doing this for free, right? With the remote closing space, the demand for female closers is literally at an all-time high. And because I have been my company's top performer over the last 2 years, word has gotten around, and my client actually has other 7, 8, 9-figure entrepreneurs that are seeking female remote closers. They're all coming to me like, Alexis, how did you get so good? Do you have anybody else that you know that would be a good closer for me? So with all of these creators coming into my DM asking me if I had closers, asking me if I knew girls that I had trained, they were offering me a couple $1,000s just to place female closers in their business. So technically, it's a win-win-win situation for all 3 parties involved. You watching this video, you get to become a remote closer, make 10K from your phone. The info creator that's looking for a female remote closer also gets to hire in somebody that is well-trained, somebody that is going to generate their company more revenue. I get to capitalize off of just being the middleman and teaching you the information and putting you in position. So I'm very big on transparency, and I wanted to be honest to you guys with why I'm even doing this training. Now, the life that you guys see right now, traveling to Dubai, jetpacking whenever it is that I want to, that was not always my reality. My reality was, I grew up in a traditional home. I went to college. I had a 9-to-5, and I hated my life. So shortly being in that 9-to-5, I knew for a fact that that was not all that there was to life. I knew that there needed to be more out there. And I tried every online business model you could possibly think of. I tried Forex. I tried e-commerce. I tried selling on Amazon. I tried day trading, option trading. I tried network marketing. I tried everything, and nothing was sticking until I finally came across remote high ticket sales. So how did I become a closer? This is one of the questions that I always get in my DM, right? And the way that I became a remote high ticket closer was actually through my network. I knew a guy that was selling courses and selling online information, and he needed a closer. I was doing random tasks for him as his intern completely for free. And then one day when he really needed somebody to take his sales calls, I stepped in. I took my very first sales call with no prior sales experience, and I closed it for $5,000. I went on 3 days taking sales calls. Again, no experience, no college degree, no training, no nothing. And in 3 days, I did $30,000 in sales, $6,000 in commission, which was more than what my 9-to-5 office job would pay me an entire month. I did that in 3 days. Now, obviously today, we are consistently closing. I'm also really big on showing receipts. So I'm big, this is literally my sales sheet. This is literally wired to me by my client. I want you guys to understand that you're not learning from somebody that just all of a sudden made $100,000 on remote sales and now she feels that she is able to teach it. I've been in this space for over 2 years. I have closed $1 million in 6 months. My very first 6 months, I closed $1 million in sales, no prior sales experience. Within my first year of being a remote closer, I moved to Miami. I bought my dream car. I've trained 8-figure sales teams, and I have been featured on major podcasts such as the Barstool Sports podcasts. So with all that being being said, just know that you are coming from a credible source. You are learning from a credible source. So let's get into the information. Again, make sure you do have a notebook. Make sure you have something to take notes with because you're not going to want to miss this. But before we get into what high ticket sales is, it's important you guys understand what you are selling, right? And so that is e-learning. That is digital products in the e-learning space. So think of online courses, think of masterminds, think of online certifications. That is what we are selling. We are not selling tangible products. We are selling information. And for the longest time that I could possibly think of, I don't even know when college came out, people have always been buying information. Now we just take it the online route, which is a lot more convenient for people and they see success a lot quicker. So a ton of people are opting into the e-learning space. Not only are the average ordinary people opting into the e-learning space, but even celebrities have started selling courses. This is becoming something that is very, very streamlined. Take Kris Jenner, for example. Kris Jenner literally has a course, a master class on the power of personal branding, right? And obviously she's goated for that. Gordon Ramsay, he has a course on teaching people how to cook. And then same with Andrew Tate. He has a course teaching men how to make more money. So because all of these celebrities are coming out with courses, more and more people who are experts at their field are realizing that they can come out with programs and teach people what they know as well. One thing I want you guys to understand is there is a digital product across every industry that you could think of. In the business and entrepreneurship industry, in the health and wellness industry, in the coaching and consulting industry, there is a digital offer in that niche. I'm sure you guys have seen all the ads like, hey, want to learn how to sell on Amazon? Want to learn how to create your own Airbnb? Want to learn how to day trade? Those are all courses in the e-learning space. And guess what? All of those courses need closers, specifically female closers. Why? Because studies have actually shown, the McKinsey report actually reported that women have higher close rates than men. And it is because of our natural abilities, which we'll get into a little bit later. But now that you understand what we're selling, now let's talk about what a remote closer is. So let's break down the term remote high ticket sales. Remote just means online. High ticket just means of premium value. And then sales is sales, okay? So a remote closer is a salesperson who works entirely online or over the phone to finalize high ticket sales for clients. And these clients are those influencers that have all of these digital products, right? So they're typically offering premium products, services, programs, online courses, online consultations, coaching packages, masterminds. That is what a remote closer is selling. Now, this is how it works because everybody gets so confused on how do I find leads? Who am I selling to? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't get it. So this is how it works step by step. One, you will find a client that has a digital product that they're selling, and that client will do all the marketing. They will run ads. They will post about their product on social media. They will post some sort of call to action, and that call to action leads to a calendar booking. Now, this is where you come in. You will input your schedule into the calendar. So whenever a lead sees an ad about, oh, how I can get more fit, and if they're interested in wanting to get more fit, they will follow that ad and it will funnel them to book a call. Now, when they book a call, it lands on your calendar. But what's so great about this is your availability is solely up to you. So if you only want to take calls Monday through Wednesday, 3 hours a day, you can if you want to. And then you will get calls based on all of the leads that that client has generated. So you will never be outbound dialing. You will never be marketing. Everybody always asks me what product I'm on, what product I'm selling, who my client is. And the reason being is because they don't know, because they don't need to know. I don't need to market about my client's product because my client does all the marketing. Leads that are interested book on my calendar, I close them. Basically, you capitalize off of someone's clout, all right? My client has like 700,000 followers. And because he has 700,000 followers, he can't get on the phone with all these people that want to buy his product. So that's where I step in, I close the deals for him, and I collect a commission. I literally capitalize off this man's clout and it pays all my bills. And that's exactly what you guys can do too. Because this is not the old way of selling. I know whenever you think about sales, you probably think that annoying telemarketer that calls you, or you probably think about that annoying person that comes knocking on your door. That's not this. Like, this ain't that, okay? This is not door to door. This is not cold calling. This is not annoying your friends and your family to buy a product off of you. And the reason being is because all of that is outbound sales, outbound leads. Instead, with remote high ticket sales, this is the new way of selling. And this is when you are selling to inbound leads or people who are already interested in what you're selling and they come and book on your calendar. So think about it like this. when you go to Starbucks, right? You go to Starbucks or you go to your local coffee shop, whatever it may be, because you want coffee, okay? So because you want coffee, you go into that coffee shop. Now, the barista taking your order, they're not going to have to pitch you on buying coffee. Why? Because you went there to purchase coffee. Now, even if you don't know what it is that you want to order, even if you don't know what coffee it is that you want, they're still not gonna have to hard pitch you because you showed up, because you want there, because you're an inbound lead to that coffee shop. So you might tell this barista, hey, I want something that's hot, not too sweet. And she might give you a recommendation. You might take it, you might not. But it doesn't matter because you're gonna walk out of that coffee shop with the coffee in hand. You're gonna walk out with what you came for, what you were already expecting, what you wanted to buy in the first place. So even if you don't have any prior sales experience, even if you think you're not good at sales, in the remote high ticket space, you don't need to be. And it's because you are talking to leads that are already coming in with the intention of buying. Now, women specifically are natural sellers. And the reason being is because we were gifted by our Heavenly Father with different elements that make us appealing in a sales environment. We naturally have more empathy. So people open up to us. We don't even have to ask. They will naturally open up to us just because we're a girl. Now, the next thing is active listening. We are great at active listening. And the reason why active listening is so important in the remote sales space is because if you can actively listen, if you can listen to your leads' pain points, then you can accurately identify the solution to their pain. Now, the next one is emotional intelligence. We all know women have way more emotional intelligence than men. And you guys like to use your emotional intelligence to gaslight men into buying you flowers. No, I'm gonna use my emotional intelligence to gaslight men into fucking giving me $20,000. That's more like it. So with that being said, you literally are sitting on God-given skills and talent that you could make so much money with. You just have to know how. But I'm glad you are on this YouTube video because I'm gonna show you exactly how. So what do you need to get started? There's 3 things. 1, inherent soft skills, which we all know that you have. 2, phone, Wi-Fi. 3, a product to sell. So finding a client. Let's talk about how to land a client. Let's talk about what makes an ideal client, because obviously you can't just go up to anybody that's selling a random course and then be their closer and expect to make $10,000 a month. You have to find a very ideal client that's going to help you make this money. So the 4 components that the perfect client has is number 1, they have a large following or a large amount of influence. Think about your favorite influencer. Let's just say Hailey Bieber. You like Hailey Bieber. Hailey Bieber says, hey, I'm selling this. And you immediately go and buy it, no questions asked, right? And it's because that influencer has a lot of influence on you. That celebrity has influence on you. You trust their opinion, so you buy into their opinion. So you want to work with somebody that has a large following or a large amount of influence because people already know, like, and trust them. So anytime it is that they're saying, hey, want to buy my course? People are going to say yes. Like, think about it right now. If Hailey Bieber dropped a course on how I bagged Justin Bieber, you would probably buy that course, would you not? Yeah, you would. So the next thing is running ads. So running ads or sponsored posts. This is, think about it as like a digital billboard. Whenever you're working with a client that is running ads, it 10x's everything. The reason being is because they're getting more eyes and more traffic to their product. And if they're getting more eyes on their product, that means more people booking a call. More people booking a call means more people that you have the opportunity to close, more closes, more commissions, right? So the next one is they need to have a high ticket product. Now, what constitutes a high ticket product? Like, how do we quantify what a high ticket product is? I would say anywhere between 2 to 5,000 is pretty decent because industry average for commission payout is 10%. So let's say that the client has a $2,000 offer and you're getting a 10% commission. That means every sales call that you take, you are going to make $200. And typically these sales calls take anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. So imagine that 20 to 30 minutes on the phone with somebody and you're making $200. I don't think there's any like job that pays that much. Like it's insane. But obviously these high ticket products can go anywhere like to $300,000. But I would say $2,000 is the minimum at a 10% commission payout. So let me actually show you guys how to find a client. So let's go into finding a client, and I'm going to show you guys the multiple different ways that you guys can find a client. So the first way is by literally typing in the search bar in your Instagram, consulting or consultant. So whenever I type in consultant, look, multiple people show up. Myron Golden, Sean, Eileen, Marcus. And the thing that you guys will notice with all of these influencers that you could work with, they all kind of look the same. They all have that blue verification check mark, and then they have their name, and then they have a dash, and then they have whatever it is that they do, right? So let's go to Myron Golden, for example. So let's see if he checks our boxes. Okay, he has 800,000 followers. That's a lot of followers, major influence. And a lot of times with these influencers, their bio will tell you all you need to know. So he says, I teach authors, speakers, coaches, and consultants and other high-level entrepreneurs how to create, convey, and convert high-ticket offers. Cool. We know that he specifically works with high-ticket offers, but let's just say like it's not so black and white like that, because not all the time are they gonna just have high-ticket offer in their bio. Let's see someone else. Eileen. Okay, she also has high-ticket offer in her bio. Okay, let's see this guy. What do I do? Help coaches get more clients, leads, and sales with our DFY done for you systems. So right there, knowing that he has a done for you system, he definitely has a high ticket offer, because anytime anything is done for you, that's typically a premium price. It comes with a premium price. So he would be a client that you could possibly reach out to. Now, another little hack that I want to show you guys, and this right here, like not a lot of people know about, but Russell Brunson. So if you're new to the info space, you probably don't know who Russell Brunson is. That's fine. Russell Brunson is the founder of ClickFunnels, and all of these info creators use ClickFunnels for their landing pages, for their masterclasses, for all of their websites. They use Russell Brunson's software. So you can go to his Instagram and look through his following. And the people that he's following are all people that are prime in the info space, all people that are prime ideal clients for you to work with. So that's a little hack right there as well. Another thing that you guys can do is actually joining the ClickFunnels official Facebook group. I usually am really against Facebook groups because there's a lot of scammers in Facebook groups. Like if you type in high ticket sales on Facebook, you're gonna end up getting on calls with other closing companies that are really just gonna try to close you, not really try to hire you. So I would request to be in the ClickFunnels official Facebook group. And when you are filling out the questionnaire, whenever it asks if you are a ClickFunnels customer, you need to put that you are thinking about joining ClickFunnels. The reason why I say that is because ClickFunnels Facebook group, it's a private Facebook group. They only allow people that are utilizing ClickFunnels in that group. So that's why it's also a great place for you to find clients, because all the people that are in this ClickFunnels Facebook group, they all use ClickFunnels, meaning they all have high ticket offers. But yeah, make sure you answer that question correctly and say that you're thinking about joining ClickFunnels. But yeah, those are the ways that you guys can find a client, literally by searching up consulting and then taking all of those 4 key components that we just talked about, as in what makes an ideal client, and then throwing that and implementing that when you are looking for an ideal client to work with. But okay, let's get back to the slides. Now that you have found a client to work with, how are we going to get their attention? How are we going to start working with them? Now, a lot of other like gurus and a lot of other teachers say, oh, just DM them. You really think somebody with 700,000 followers is going to answer your DM? I promise you the answer is no. And the reason being is because they all have people that are in their DM trying to close you on their offer. So you shooting a little DM of yourself is not gonna help, babe. Instead, what you need to do is you need to send a personalized video outreach to them. And in this video, you need to pitch yourself. You need to look presentable. You need to present all of the qualities that you have that would help their company generate more revenue. It doesn't even matter if you don't have prior sales experience, because what these clients are looking for when they're hiring closers is they're looking for someone with drive. They're looking for somebody that would be a good culture fit with their company, and they're looking for somebody that is going to do whatever needs to be done to collect the most amount of cash. Because the thing is, you can teach sales. You can teach anybody sales, but you cannot teach someone ambition. So that's the number one thing that you guys need to portray whenever you are doing these video outreaches. Now, this right here is a script that you guys can obviously take and personalize into your own video outreach. Make sure you definitely insert your God-given, gifted soft skills in here and emphasize the fact that you have that emotional intelligence, emphasize the fact that you are a great problem solver, and the fact that all of these soft skills will convert into hard cash for your client. Make sure to like screenshot this or save this script, because this script alone has helped a ton of my girls land their clients within a week of working with me. Akira used my script script in my outreach method. And she literally said, after finishing, I reached out to 75 potential clients on Instagram. At first, I didn't get any responses. I told you that from the beginning. And I felt a bit discouraged. I reached out to Alexis, showed her my pitch, and she encouraged me to try again with a personalized video message. Followed her advice. By the end of the week, I had 20 people asking for interviews. I landed a huge client, onboarded on Thursday, and made $5,000 my first weekend. Same with Andrea. Andrea used my script in my outreach method too. She said, sisters, just landed a MF client. So excited, so happy, life-changing. Same with Reese. I could go on and on, like I have an entire folder, but you guys don't really care about this. You care about your own story. So congratulations. If you just did my video outreach method, you landed a client. Now what? Now it's time to get to work. Now let's understand what the work is. Number one, the client will do all the marketing. Two, people will like the product that your client advertised. And then three, they will book a call with you according to your availability. And then four, you will close them on something that they already want to buy. Now, remember, you do not need to have crazy knowledge in your client's industry. For example, I closed on an e-com offer. I don't know anything about e-com. I tried it and I failed and I sucked, but I'm able to close deals on e-com. So it doesn't even matter if you don't know anything about your industry. I have girls on finance offers. They're not no finance majors. They're not no consultants. They're not no CPAs. And the reason being is because you don't need to know all that information, because all the info that you do need, your client is going to give that to you. And with my sales framework that I'm going to be showing you guys right now, you can close deals in any industry. And I call it the Doctor Framework. And the Doctor Framework is composed of 5 different phases. Number 1 is the intro. Number 2 is asking questions. 3, gathering information on pain. 4, providing the antidote. 5, closing the deal. So really quick, where do you guys go whenever you're feeling sick, whenever you're hurt, whatever? I mean, the answer's on the screen. You go to the doctor, right? When you go to the doctor, do you just immediately sit in the doctor's chair and he comes up to you and he says, yeah, here, you need a Percocet? No. Why? Because he goes through this doctor framework with you. He's going to sit you down and he's going to be like, so Sally, tell me what's going on, right? Like, how's your day been? He's going to introduce himself if he's not like already your primary care doctor. And then he's going to ask you questions like, okay, what brings you in here? Because remember, you went in there, you booked the appointment. Same with these leads, they booked the appointment. So he's going to ask you, what brings you in here? You're going to tell him, yeah, doc, my knee hurts, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, whatever it may be. And then he's going to gather more information on the pain. Okay, this hurts here. What caused this to hurt? This hurts here. How long has this been hurting? How long has this been bothering you? He's going to ask different questions. And then once he receives all the information that he needs, then he will give you the antidote. Then he will prescribe you the medicine, prescribe you the solution to all of your pain. And then you are not even gonna like question him because he's the expert. You're gonna take that little slip with the prescription on it and then you're gonna go fulfill it and buy the prescription. So let's actually break down step by step how we maneuver the doctor framework. So the very first one is the introduction. It's super important in your very first seconds of your sales call to set the agenda and assert your authority. But as women, since we are so gifted in having that empathetic touch, we also are able to come across as somebody that is really just there to help them, right? So I open my sales calls the exact same way every single time. And that's, hi, my name is Alexis. I get the pleasure of being your advisor today. As your advisor, my responsibility is pretty simple. It's really just to see, what your goals are, where it is that you are right now, and see whether we can even help you or not, right? So I am coming in, I'm telling them what my goal is, what the purpose of this call is, and then I'm telling them, I'm gonna just see if I can help you, okay? I'm coming off of as that helpful person, but I'm gonna always have the control over the conversation. Now, after that, we're gonna move into asking questions and gathering information. Now, during this process, there are 3 things that I wanna know. Their goal, where it is that they are right now, and what is causing this pain, right? And I straight up ask, like, so what's your goal here? Why did you book this call? What are you looking to get out of this call? And then they'll tell me what it is that they're looking. Let's just take a fitness offer, for example. Let's say I'm on a fitness offer, right? And I'm talking to my lead, and my lead says, yeah, my goal is to have a 6-pack. I really just want to be in the best shape possible. I want to have a 6-pack. I'm like, okay, cool. So can you tell me a little bit more about like where it is that you are right now? Now I'm gathering information on their situation. I got the goal. The goal is a 6-pack, but where are you right now? Oh, Alexis, I have 30% body fat. I'm super overweight. Okay, cool. So now I know you're overweight. Now I know your situation and it sucks. So now I'm going to ask you, like, how does that make you feel? Being 30% body fat, being overweight, like, how does that make you feel? And the thing is like during this part, I want them to realize how badly they are in pain, because then once I provide the golden solution, it's gonna be a no-brainer whenever they buy it. After I ask them how this has been making them feel, then I wanna go in and I wanna quantify that pain. And by doing that, all I ask is, so how long has this been an issue for you? How long have you been feeling this way? How long have you been in pain? How long have you been overweight? Whatever the pain is, right? Obviously, it's going to vary case to case. And then from there, they're going to tell you how long they have been stuck in that situation. Once they reveal to you how long they've been stuck in that situation, what you want to do is you want to repeat and label the pain, because it shows that you understood them. It shows that you heard them. It shows that you were listening to them. And then you want to emphasize the problem. What I like to do is I love taking my leads on emotional roller coasters, and I bring them literally down to the freaking like abyss. And then I show them, look, I can skyrocket you to the top. I can skyrocket you to your 6-pack if that's what you want. So that's exactly what you're gonna do. I'm gonna be like, wow, John, you are 30 pounds overweight, like, and you said that made you feel so insecure. You said you have been dealing with this for 2 years. Like, I completely understand. Luckily you are on this call because I can definitely help you. Our program can definitely help you. And then from there, you will pitch the offer, right? But when you are pitching the offer, when you are providing the antidote, providing the prescription, you need to cater the product to their problem. You don't ever want to oversell, and you don't ever want to bombard your lead with a bunch of like information that's not going to matter to them, because a confused mind doesn't buy. You don't want to fluster them with all the different things. Like, let's say your fitness product, let's say you help with meal plans, let's say you help with mindset, let's say you help with personalized like fitness programs. If my dude's goal is to get a 6-pack, I'm not going to sell him on mindset, and I'm not going to sell him on all the extra fluff, because he doesn't care, because I don't want to overload him and overbear him. And I'm just going to highlight all the different features of my product that's going to get him that 6-pack. So then he looks at this like, wow, this is my golden ticket to achieving the goals that I had set for myself for over 2 years. And then from there, I'm going to show him testimonials. I'm going to increase the trust that he has with me, with my client, with our program, and I'm going to kill his skepticism. I'm going to show him testimonials from people that look just like him and be like, hey, look, this is Alex. Alex was 50 pounds overweight. Now Alex has an 8-pack. And by doing that, not only are you increasing trust and killing skepticism, but you are also showing them that there is light at the end of the tunnel if they decide to go down your tunnel. That sounded wrong, but you get it. After you have presented your product successfully, right? Now you tell them, hey, look, to achieve your goal of having a 6-pack that you've been wanting for 2 years, it's just an investment of $2,000. And that's how you present the price. Now let's talk about overcoming objections. Now let's just say you told John, yeah, the price of you getting a 6-pack is $2,000. And he hits you with, I can't afford it. Okay, cool, you can't afford it? Look, we have payment plans. We have buy now, pay later. So there is no reason why they won't be able to buy into this offer, because if you have taken them through that emotional roller coaster and then they tell you they can't afford it, but then you also have a solution for that, like, look, you can't afford it, what can you afford? I'll put you on a payment plan. They're gonna buy. The objective for you to hop off this call is to collect cash. So then you hit them with, yeah, so I mean, I understand like finances might be tight for you. If we could break it down into more like digestible pieces, like, would that help you? Notice, like, I'm stuttering, I'm pausing, I'm changing my tonality. Why am I doing all that? I know I'm gonna pitch this guy buy now, pay later. I know I'm gonna pitch this guy on a payment plan. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm coming down to his level. I'm meeting him where he is at, and I am quieting my tone. I'm bringing in so that he feels like, oh my gosh, this girl's about to help me. Like, this girl's literally my savior. And that's exactly what we do. Now, the next objection is, can I think about it? And this is where you need to emphasize the cost of inaction. And you want to make them realize that not doing anything is actually going to be way more expensive. A lot of times, whenever people have the can I think about it objection, it's really just a smokescreen. So you, as the closer, it's your job to reveal the real objection. And if you framed yourself in the beginning on this call as somebody that's helpful, somebody that is an expert in the field, they're going to naturally open up to you, especially because you're a woman. So that's when you hit them with, pay attention to my tone here. So you've been looking into this for some time now. I think like 2 years, right? That's what you said? I mean, what is it that you feel you need to think about? And you can be honest with me because like, John, I can't help you if I don't know how. John's gonna tell me, Alexis, I just can't afford it. Boom, I'm gonna hit him with the payment plan. I'm gonna close him, I'm gonna crack it. Ravina used my script. She had a $9,000 pay in full. She had no prior sales experience. She actually collected over $100,000 in cash in her first 2 months of learning from me. No prior sales experience, no college degree. $9,000 paid in full. Look, she said, hashtag girls that sell, hashtag her last call. I know that's right. Same with Jerica. Jerica said, I took my first call and closed a $6,800 pay in full. Brand new to sales. Alexis laid down the foundation for me to get hired and got into my first call with the confidence I needed. Sydney used my script. I'm not even gonna go on, but look, you see Sydney did 26K, 15% commission in 1 week. In 1 week. Okay, let's keep it pushing. So let's talk about how you are going to make your first $10,000 a month completely remote, no stress of running a business, no risk, no startup capital, and all according to your own availability. Let's break down some math here. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I know this is right. Every single person that starts off in remote sales typically starts at a 20% close rate. Now, the reason why I say that is because you're talking to leads that already want to buy. So even if you suck, even if you have no prior sales experience, you are starting at a 20% close rate. Reason being is because you're talking to warm inbound leads, right? You could be mute and you'll still have a 20% close rate. Let's just break down the math here. Let's say you freaking suck. You only have a 20% close rate. You take 10 sales calls a day. 10 sales calls a day, 20% close rate with a $2,000 offer at a 10% commission. If you close 2 deals a day, that's $200 each. You're making $400 in a day, only closing 2 sales calls. And $400 times 30, that's $12,000 that you're making. And this is if you suck. Now, obviously, your close rate will be a lot higher if you have proper training, right? So if you have proper training, then yeah, you would be looking at close rates between 30 to 40%. I'm at a 47% close rate, but my offer's with cold leads. So that's a whole nother thing. But Olivia, who had no prior sales experience, Olivia, who is 19 years old, and she said, I got the opportunity to work with her on my first high ticket offer, and it was a game changer. Before working together, I didn't have any sales experience, and in 7 months, I was able to close over $850,000. I owe a lot of that success to the insights, strategies, support, and encouragement I received from her. McKenna worked with me, and she said, first week, complete. Just wrapped up my first official week for a YouTube automation. I've been implementing Alexis's checkpoint system and it's been so helpful. I've already closed $9,500. She closed $9,500 in her first week, no prior sales experience. Now, by watching this video, you have received all the information that you need to go out on your own, implement this information, and start making money as a remote closer. Now, if you are somebody that wants to fast track your success and you want a blueprint laid out for you step by step by step, and not only will you have a blueprint laid out for you, but you can also leverage my community where I will plug you in with different info creators that need female remote closers like yourself watching this video. You can actually book a call with my team and we can see how we can expedite your sales success. All you need to do is click the link down below in my description and it will bring you to booking a call with my team where we will come up with a personal strategy for you so that you can become the best closer and that you can make the most amount of money that you have ever made. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and definitely check out that link below.